what is one small change that a decorator could make to impact their profits?
So I would go back to the earlier point of, do you understand the true cost of making your t-shirt? So if you're listening early and thinking like, I never really truly worked that out, or you're just including t-shirt and transfer or t-shirt and embroidery in that cost, then probably, there's an element of profit missing there. It could be that actually your product becomes more expensive technically but it's the true cost.
Because you don't know. Oh, I see.
Because you've done it wrong before.
Yeah, you don't understand your pricing properly.
You don't
understand. You're charging more without having to.
Actually you might not realize you're losing money, or you're like, maybe if you're an at-home business, you're like, well, we just pay for the electricity anyway because we're at home.
Yeah, you're like, actually, no, that all goes into an indirect cost.
So your price will be going up somewhere else, or you'll be losing somewhere else. So I'd say
you need to make more money to pay your electricity bill because you've doubled your usage over the last 6 months since you've been running your press from home.
So make sure you have the true costs, because then until you've got the true costs, you can't make the true profit.
No.
So that's where I would start. I would say once you get to a certain point is to get help. I know that we had Jessie from Squeegee and Ink on a little while ago, and I remember her being very impassioned because she said one of the best pieces of advice she would give to people is to get a financial advisor. Something that we are very big on at Styles is we have experts that do our finances here. They make sure that they understand everything. They triple check everything. We get audited once a year, but externally, to make sure that everything is perfect.
Yeah.
But maybe people are listening like, accountants turn t-shirt decorators. In that case, skip forward for a couple of minutes.
Skip forward, but also let us know, because that's a really interesting storyline I'd love to ask you about. But
I know that neither of us should be running the finances on the business. We're pretty competent in Excel. We're pretty good with maths, but my numbers are pretty solid. But I wouldn't want to be responsible for a business on that necessarily.
No, and also the people that they're talking about hiring accountants, financial advisors, they've been doing it for longer, so it's just repetitive for them at this point. It's like you printing 1,000 t-shirts and then getting someone that's never printed one before. It's the same principle. You've got the practice, the knowledge, the hours spent doing that, and like you said, you spot things that other people wouldn't, like, oh, that collar's on the press, oh, that decimal shouldn't be there, you've missed something here.
And I spoke to someone recently who's in accounting, not outside of us, and they were basically they have so much software now automates a lot of accounting as well. Is that they said that they are operating like a multi-million-pound business with no spreadsheets, because it's all inputted into the reports by software.
Which is a lot more accurate.
Which is more accurate. There's less mistakes, so that's why a financial advisor would be a good way to probably find profit, or at least keep you honest with your pricing, so that you can strive to make greater profit.
And also there might be areas in your business that you've been undercharging or overcharging, and the financial accountant, whoever you get on to help you with that, can go, actually, have you considered this or this? And chances are it'll be something you haven't even thought about looking at, because why should you? You're not an expert in that field. So,
and then just try and find a nice mix of customers. Something we've spoken about on quite a few, more on our actual in-person events, is actually thinking about who your customer is and who the blend could be. Try not to just think too small. You don't have to be I'm not saying you're going to go and sell uniforms to Amazon tomorrow, but I mean, one of the things I've said it quite a few times is, okay, who's doing workwear? And a lot of people put their hands up. So, well, who's doing the workwear or the corporate wear for what that workwear person's building?
Yeah.
And everyone's hands are down.
Yeah. Along the chain.
Yeah. If you're doing a high vis jacket for someone who's on a building site, who's going in the building, the company going in the building's probably got one more employees, because it's a building, it's going to have to house people. No one tends to build stuff and just hope someone goes in it now. They don't speculatively build anything now. It has to be paid for. Maybe there's a software company or an accountant or a lawyer firm going in there, or anyone that's got a higher perceived, is more comfortable paying for a higher perceived value products. Is actually, okay, if you have the builder, which you might only make £2 or £3 on each item, But then on the other hand, if you've got like a software company there, you could make £20, £50 on a jacket.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also like having a blend of not just cheap stuff, have some more higher end stuff in there as well. So you can kind of add a little bit of balance.
Yeah, especially if they're like going on the building construction market, like new build houses now, new build estates. If you're being shown around something that's brand new, the estate agent's going to present himself in a certain way, because I mean all estate agents do to a certain extent, but to your point of like
they all wear nice jackets.
They all have the decent, like the Nimbus
or
the
Chile or something like that.
They've all got something on it where you look at that and go, oh, that looks really premium.
Yeah.
But that has to be branded because it's technically workwear.
Yeah. So just think about your blend of customers as well, probably. I won't go into it in detail because we've talked about it a lot, but it's actually just time. Like how much profit are you losing on time by being inefficient?
Mm-hmm.
We've got many videos around that. We've spoken about it at events, but actually just like, is your process set up correctly in your shop to get from product coming into product leaving?
Mm-hmm.
Is it organized efficiently? Because even if it's 5 seconds, that'll increase your profit margins by saving that. So just question everything you do as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, following